He always misses the beginning.
Oh.
Missed the intro.
All right, well, Josh, how you been, man?
Doing good. Where's Nate? I wanted to rub it in that I beat him again.
That would have been cool. You can just tell him all you want, but yeah, he's in Puerto Rico and he's sick. He lost his voice.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
I was going to commend him for being brave enough to face his nemesis, but guess not.
Well, how many in a row have you beat him now?
Well, in a row, 2, but since 2019, I'm 7-1. I've dominated him. He did beat me at the end of last year, but
I know he doesn't like talking about this streak. He is not happy about it.
no, and outside of Bobby, I think I have my best record against him, which is surprising. So
That's great.
me and Bobby, I think, are tied.
Okay.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I was gonna wait till Steve got here to talk about your upcoming matchup. So I guess we can do that if Steve ever shows up.
Steve will be here in just a couple minutes. He needed a couple minutes,
But yeah, that's quite the beatdown. It would actually have been fun to have Nathan here with no voice and let you talk shit and him not be able to respond. That would have been fun too.
I mean, that's basically the basis of the podcast, right? Us with microphones and nobody else going to talk back. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's fucking, yeah.
I was trying to hold back a little bit just because I don't want to piss off the fantasy gods with this week's matchup. So this is my first chance at the playoffs in a long time. So,
well, if you were in any other division, you'd be in second place.
Yeah, I know.
Within the division, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, man. Like it's like the NFC South. Just everybody is shitty, but somebody's got to make it. But I'm not saying that our division is that way. Our division's like the NFC North,
Yeah. I mean, if you were in the underrated division, you would already be in the playoffs. You'd lock down the division.
Locked it down.
Locked it down.
Yep.
But I had to be Hoagie Yogi.
Look, it's just because we have such fierce competition in the underrated division. You know what I mean? That's why we're so close in record.
Yeah, well, I think it's because you had to play the other divisions.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
You guys have 22 wins combined between 4 teams. 10 of them came within the division. So I don't think division was your guys' problem.
Hey, give it to me, all right? We need something over here. We're trying.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I know you will, you sick son of a bitch. Damn it. I thought Steve was going to be here so we could talk about you guys.
He's right around the corner.
No, anyway.
So, Josh, are you surprised with your team? Did you leave the draft feeling this is where you're going to be? And I mean, you're in competition for the championship. I mean, you're
I don't want to. I felt confident coming out of the draft, having my keepers and having the depth that I had. I felt pretty good.
I remember walking out of there thinking you had a great draft. And then you went and doubled down and scooped up Darnold at the beginning of the season, who I don't know if you played him at all this season, but it was a good pickup at the beginning of the season when he was playing well. I thought, Josh is really like paying attention and making moves at the beginning of this thing,
Yeah, I did play him. Love was hurt for a couple of games, so I did play him, and he performed well. And I every week I have like that matchup issue. Like, should I play Darnold over Love? But I just stick with Love. He's more consistent.
Yeah.
And I especially have that going into tonight. I'm gonna play Love, but I'm a little scared with it being a Thursday night game. It's a division game. And then Darnold's playing at home against Atlanta. So, but I think I'm gonna stick with Love.
Yeah.
Well, Detroit. I was just listening to a podcast on the way home, and Detroit is number 2 in the league in run defense, but 9th most favorable matchup against passing. So it's actually a great time to play Love against them, is what it looks like. But
yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like their pass defense isn't as good, and I mean the Bears put up 20-something points on them last week, in just the second quarter or second half. So. Yeah, I don't know. I hate that matchup thing. I'd rather kind of have a shitty backup knowing that I got to play Love. But
Shut up, Josh.
Hey, Steve.
Oh, wait. Here it goes.
Very nice, Steve.
Ding, 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 ding. And in
The
this
matchup
corner.
of the weekend.
Seriously, though, this might be the most interesting game of the weekend for the matchups as far as like divisions go. Like, I was looking at.
Go ahead,
What?
Ben. I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt.
no. It's please weigh in.
It doesn't matter. He's going to win anyway. So, like,
No.
I already made a DraftKings lineup with his entire roster that it's Thursday through Sunday, right? So, like, you see, it has everybody.
Is this your voodoo? Is this your voodoo right here? You're trying to do
This is such
I
a
got
weed.
rid of-
This
I
is like
got-
the
I got rid
ultimate
of McBride.
weenie.
Yeah.
the ultimate weenie jinx. Don't bring
It
this
didn't
weak
work with-
shit, man. Come in here with some fire, man. I'm here
Yeah.
pumping up this matchup, and you're talking about he's gonna win. Oh, come on, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fire,
bitch.
Josh. Let's go, Josh. Let's go, Josh.
You're a
Let's go,
Fuck
Josh.
off. Fuck
Let's
off,
go,
Steve.
Josh.
My entire season rides on Steve winning. If Steve wins and I win, I make the playoffs. If I win and Steve loses, I'm out.
It's a
Well,
fucking.
I hope to eliminate both of you.
It is a 3-point differential in the scoring preview, Steve. It's not a big swing. So I don't see why you're talking shit. I think you got a good chance. I mean, I think you have just the right players for the matchup. You know, I think you guys are going to fight it out.
I hope so, because I would like to win, but you know, I whenever I would like to win, the opposite usually happens. So I'm just gonna root for the opposite to happen. It's
All right.
you
Well,
know,
so you
it's
don't
simple.
go into every week hoping you like to win. If that's
Yeah,
if
that's
the
what I was
opposite
thinking.
happens, you'd be like 0-11.
Well, right, but like when I play Nate, I expect to win every single time. You
Me
know?
too, and I do.
Right.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
you
me
definitely
too.
exactly.
Yeah. Historically, Steve, you have the record 23-15-1. Well, you got that pesky tie in there, but you know, so I mean, you've owned Josh pretty much throughout.
I've owned you, Josh.
Yeah,
Mm,
we don't condone that
I
here.
like the sound of that.
We don't condone that here, but you did. You've kicked his ass.
Condone what? Oh, right. There's like quite a few meanings of me owning Josh. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been in the same. I think historically we've been in the same division. So Steve, everybody in that division owns me.
It's just fun because you know, in doing my research for this DraftKings week, that is, every single player on his roster points to good, you know, a good choice for a DraftKings roster. Almost every single player.
Almost except two. Who should I change out?
You should definitely change out Bucky Irving. You should definitely change out
You
Justin
should change out
Jefferson.
Bucky Irving for
You
sure.
should definitely change out Neighbors. You should definitely change out Jordan Love. You should definitely change out McBride. Yeah, you can leave Pickens
yeah.
in. I'll let that one go. You can leave Pickens in. How about that?
Pickens, man, since Russell has come on, he's changed. He might still get as many unsportsmanlike penalties, but he's definitely been more consistent.
Oh, he's solid. Don't try to dumb down your research, Josh. He's solid. He's going to be fine. He's going to score like 90 points on me. Just you watch.
Pickens?
Pickens? I mean, look, dude, Joe Burrow, what does he have to play for as my quarterback? He's got nothing. I mean, sure, he's playing.
He's got to show he deserves.
That's exactly. Like, they're just going to fucking go unload.
He needs to prove that he deserves that contract. He better start playing better.
Okay.
Look at last week. And he's got to put up 40 points to win because his defense isn't going to do anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, fine. Sure. 40 points. That's not going to happen. He's going to throw like 3 interceptions and they're all going to go for touchdowns, which will be what, -9 points there too. So there you go. You have that going for you too, Josh.
All right, Steve, I need to talk to you about your team since I need the win.
Go ahead.
Coach him up, coach. Coach him up.
So 2 things. You got Chubb in, which I don't like. Last week, Ford out snapped him like 2-1. This is going to be a negative game script. Ford's going to catch even more balls. So I would play Ford over Chubb if I was you, but I would actually bench them both and putting Khalil Shakir.
You're absolutely right. The only problem with that is that I have to drop one of them.
That's fine. It's the end of the season, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just make that happen. Just make that happen.
I mean, you could
drop Ray Davis, dude.
Yeah, I was
What
about to say, I'm looking at your team. Drop Ray Davis.
Unless he's a keeper for next year and you think he's going to be the guy, but James Cook is a fucking guy.
No, he can't. He can't be a keeper because I got him from Nate midseason.
Yeah, then drop Ray Davis.
Why don't you go drop Ray Davis?
He doesn't have the value this season.
Why don't you go drop Ray Davis right now? Actually,
right now on the show. Right now, I'm dropping him. Here we go.
That way, he's available on waivers before Sunday. I really need a running back, dude. Like really bad. Like hook a brother up, dude. Hook a brother up.
Yeah, this is ultimate collusion. What are you gonna do for me, Ben? Huh? Who can you drop for me? Who can I play this week?
I don't have number one waiver wire priority, but I'm hoping that everybody's not paying attention and I can just swoop on them.
We're talking about in the podcast. Nobody's gonna hear it but us four.
That's not true. Sean will, and he'll make sure to talk shit about anything that I say. So that's true. But okay, so let me ask you guys this. Here's a dilemma, and Josh, please weigh in by all means.
Oh yeah, you'll get my honest opinion.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly why I'm asking. Do I play Noah Gray, who's been having more production, or almost equaling the production of Kelsey, over Kyle Pitts, who gave me a big fat goose egg last week?
I would definitely not play any Atlanta player because Kirk Cousins sucks big donkey dicks.
There you go.
Sorry for any kid.
Are the donkeys big or are the dicks big? Which
one is
it? You said big donkeys' dicks.
Where was the emphasis on what syllable?
Donkeys' dicks. It's equal.
I think they're big donkeys with
little dicks.
With normal size.
Oh, normal. Okay.
This is the kind of analysis you get on
your bench too. What are you doing?
I know. No, trust me. I get it. I know where I'm at. This is by all means, this lineup is not going to be what will be.
Okay. So you will be favored by game time. Okay. That's what I like to hear.
I mean, I would like to be. I don't see how with, oh my God, look at this stacked lineup he's got. I mean, I showed you guys. I showed you the DraftKings right here.
Well, as long as he doesn't slip Reed in there, he'll lose. But if he puts Reed in there, he'll probably win.
Oh yeah, Josh, play Reed tonight. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. It's dude, you have to. He owns the Lions. Like every single game they play against each other, Jaden Reed owns them.
Owns them.
Like you have to put him in. Have to.
I think you should keep Kyle Pitts in. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Kyle Pitts, and he's got a good matchup against Minnesota. And Kirk Cousins, he's not going to go and throw 3 interceptions again.
Four. That was 4.
It's not going to throw 4. And he is a Christian too, and he prays just like Jameis Winston. And Jameis Winston prayed not to throw pick sixes, and I'm sure Kirk Cousins did. So God grants these things.
Jameis Winston, my quarterback this week, by the way.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, Josh, you have Jameis on your bench? Can you play him?
No, I picked him up. I picked him up.
Oh, Ben. Oh, dude, you're gonna win this week for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I had the choice of Jameis Winston, who scored 35 last week, or I could have put Kirk Cousins in, who threw 4 interceptions last week and has no chance this week. So I was like, fuck it, I'll run with the guy who looks like he's having fun out there and smiling.
He scored 35 with 2 pick sixes. That's crazy. Yeah. So what he would have been.
That's
41.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah. So I went with him. And I have zero dog in the fight other than to try and spoil Bobby's week, which is
a dog.
Spoil Bobby, spoil Bobby, spoil Bobby.
Yeah,
so Rico Dowdle. What?
The glitch is back. Dude, that's okay. So I'm looking at Josh's team, man. Bucky Irving. I've been so impressed with that guy this year. He that is a good running back.
I love that.
How do you guys see that? I mean,
seriously.
Yeah, but he's questionable and hasn't practiced, so who knows what?
Oh, okay.
Are you practice today?
Do we have any? I mean, what's your thought on Pacheco? Is he? I know Hunt's
Pacheco.
I know Hunt's still there, but do you think they're going to start moving more towards Pacheco?
Not until it happens, and I'm not going to start him until it happens. And I have the luxury to not have to start him. So
yeah,
I think they're just getting ready for the playoffs. I don't think they're going to lean on him until they need him.
Got it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he's going to get a massive payload.
Ooh, Bucky didn't practice today.
So you know, it'd be really fun live on air on the podcast. These guys agree to be able to swap a player out of each other's teams. You can make a start decision. You can make a start decision for the other guy. What do you think?
Oh, that's fun. I mean, if we didn't have anything to play for on the line, like,
I'm gonna call
actually,
Bobby.
that'd be fun. Anyway, Josh, you down? What do you want to do, Josh? Should we do this?
No,
Keep the
absolutely
projection range within the same areas.
All right. One of you sits Amon-Ra. One of you sits Justin Jefferson.
I was going to say,
Fair
yeah,
game.
I will sit Amon-Ra for Thielen, and you got to sit. Oh no, he can't put Jaden Reed in. That's not fair. And Palmer,
He's gotta play
you
Josh
sit.
Palmer.
You sit. Yeah. Start Palmer instead of Jefferson. Let's do it. I'm down. I'm so down. So down.
Choose the two studs out of the game, right?
Yeah.
Equal. It's equal.
Might as well.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be
pass
good.
on that one.
I'm looking forward to this matchup, Josh. No joke. I would like listen to my podcast, going through some initial research before all the inactives come out, and tomorrow night, and everything pointed to Jefferson, Aaron Jones, McBride, and Bucky, but now, I did just read he's not practicing.
Yeah,
Neighbor,
Bucky's hurt. Jefferson has been over the past couple of weeks has had low production.
doesn't matter. Atlanta's a great matchup. Their secondary is terrible.
And Aaron Jones is kind of hit or miss. So
it doesn't matter. He's Aaron Jones.
He's looked good this year too. Yeah.
Fucking Aaron Jones. He's like the John Jones of fucking running backs, dude.
I wouldn't go that far.
No.
Josh, have you been playing a kicker all season?
Josh playing a kicker? Oh, he's playing McManus. What?
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done.
After the first couple of weeks, I started playing the kicker because from this pod somebody mentioned it. I think Justin had been starting one.
Yeah,
and I was like,
Jeff was too.
My linebackers were like doing 4 or 5 points. There was nobody great on there. Like, why not have a kicker? They score at a minimum of 7 or 8 points, and then if they go off, you can get 15 points out of them. So.
Well, so you've gotten, let's see, he scored 7, 12, 6, 2, 10, and 13. So he's had 3 double-digit weeks, 3 digits, 7 or less, 3 weeks, 7 or less.
Yeah, but I didn't pick him up until a couple of weeks ago. I was starting a different kicker.
Let's look at like
Young Ho Miss.
Yeah, Young Ho Koo. God.
Jeez. I know what's wrong with kickers this year. Tucker, like kickers are just going fucking missing shit like crazy.
Yeah, it's about time.
It's about time. I think I mean the production you get from a kicker, I guess, could be consistent if you're lucky, but I think if you applied yourself, you could find that linebacker that averages 10 a week. You know what I mean? Like they're out there.
Ben's calling out effort. I like it. Josh isn't trying hard enough.
Well, I'm just saying it's easy just to throw a kicker in there and hope that he has a good week, right? Hope that he kicks 3 field goals.
Ben thinks not enough effort. Nate thinks he doesn't care enough. Josh, I got your back, buddy. I know you care.
Thanks,
I know
man.
you try.
Yep.
I got your back.
I think that the kicker. You read his scores. How many days? How many games over double digits was he? 3.
Every game that he's had him, probably.
Well, no.
Yeah, and it's hit or miss with any of these fucking defensive players or kickers. I think, but you definitely get more consistency out of a kicker than you do a linebacker, especially on a team like Miami or something like that, or some mediocre team that doesn't do well in the red zone.
Yeah. You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't agree with that statement. I mean, the top 12 linebackers are consistently 12 to 15 points a week. I mean, that's pretty consistent.
Zaire Franklin's my new hero.
Oh, that guy's good.
Well, Zaire's he's an outlier. He's a fucking beast. He's been over double digits every
single week. Yeah,
3 games this year. He hasn't been over double digits. But even like Zach Braun, he's only had 5 games under double digits. You know what I mean?
And he's been dropped and picked up like by 3 different teams. I picked him up, dropped him, and like he's doing fucking amazing. I should have just kept him.
Roquan Smith, another guy, top of the linebackers. He only had 5 games this year, under double digits. I mean, there's a lot of consistent linebackers out there. Is all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm saying, Josh.
I got Josie Jewell running.
I'll try harder next year.
Yeah.
To do
take
more
it from the
research
guy
on my linebackers.
Take it from the guy who's in the last place in the division.
In the league.
In the league. I'm tied for last actually right now.
Okay.
But that's 1 year for you. I've been the bottom many times.
How many times have you been in the dress, Josh?
Or
in the dress?
Costume, no.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3? We sure? You sure about that?
Actually, I'm not in the last.
Nate's in last
Nate's
place.
in last.
Yeah.
I'm a game up on Nate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Commission.
I swear to God, all of my emotions are memes right now. This is incredible.
If I can just beat him in the dress, in the dress bowl this year, or the costume bowl, or the loser bowl, whatever we're
There's
calling
no way. You know what? I would love to see that. I'm sure we all would love to see that, just to stick it to Nate. I mean, we love Nate. We do. He's the man, right? But yeah,
We
right?
love him,
Like,
yes. The man? Yeah.
okay. But like we would love nothing more. And I'm sure everybody in this league would love to see Nathan in some sort of costume.
Well, it's
But
going to be
never going to happen.
It's
Nate
either
will
gonna
Tell
be-
Josh. Josh is going to be in the loser bowl too. He can do it because you're going to beat him this week. So
we'll see. Or, whatever. I've always like one thing about Nate, and I feel the exact same way. No way in hell would we, or, he ever be in the costume. Like,
Well,
that's just never, I'm saying that right now. I will bet on it. Nate, I'm betting on you that you're never,
Wow.
ever
going to be in a costume. Wow.
okay, you're saying ever.
Ever.
What are you willing to put on that?
Nothing.
Well, wait
I
a
was going
minute.
to take that bet, dude.
feel
But I know
strong.
you would, of course, because this is a stupid bet to make. But even still, like,
All right. So right now in the consolation bracket, we got Joe with the bye at the 7 seed, Matt with the bye at the 8 seed, Alex and Nate facing each other at the 9 and 12, and me and Bobby would be at the 10 and 11 facing each other. So those are all the potential people who could be in the dress or the loser bowl, costume bowl against Nate. So any one of us could put him there.
Can we all talk about what kind of a costume we would put Nate in? What do you think would work?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
What kind of costume should we put Nate in? Is this going to take like a minute to figure out?
Yeah,
I think we should put him like in a Rams outfit.
Ooh.
Dress him up as a ram. How
ram?
about that? Like an actual the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like get him
Like
like some
an-
horns
I was thinking more
or
like,
something and
like
paint his
something like
face.
who's his most hated
I
football
don't know.
team?
That'd be
Like the Seahawks?
look kind of cool though.
Probably
He-
the Sea Chickens. That would look kind of cool.
The Rams, Seahawks, Cowboys. I
Like,
mean, our
we could
division, and then the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
He
we could
hates
tar
the
and feather him.
Cowboys.
How
Or
about
the
we make it?
Cowboys?
We make it like
might
a
look cool too,
turducken.
though.
We do a Seahawk in a Ram in a Cardinal and somehow get him in all that shit.
with
Every
a
other
cowboy,
team in our division
wearing a Cowboys,
with a Cowboys hat, 10-gallon hat.
Yeah.
Have it sewed together. Take 3 costumes and cut them in pieces.
Yeah, perfect.
That's
I think we
funny.
do a calendar with him with all of those.
Just
That
just
would-
because he made it in as a loser once, like he was the one
There's
time.
he's probably bet somewhere in this league that he would never be in the costume. I'm sure he said it at least once.
I mean,
somewhere.
I know we've talked about it. Like we've had to. Like that conversation did happen, and Nate will probably say, "No, selective Steve memory." Actually, those are my words, but
in that voice too.
yeah.
Yeah, I would never hear him say.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
if
all right.
he's-
The voices Nate
I'm
does
gonna
too
get
are
it
pretty
for
bad
this,
too,
aren't I?
so that's-
Maybe if he was drunk, he might. But
he would repeat it after I said it. That's what he would do.
that's true. That's
After
true.
I did it, he would repeat it.
All right, well, let's talk about the playoff bracket, the actual playoffs. We got Jeff with bye sitting at 1. Sean has the other bye sitting at 2. Justin and Josh would be facing each other, and Ryan and Steve would be facing each other. How do you guys see that playing out? If do you think whose year is it? Is it Jeff's year? Is it Sean's year? I know you guys are still fighting to get in it, so you're going to say yourself, but take yourself out of it for a second, and let's talk about the top dogs for a second. Josh or Jeff and Sean, who do you like better out of those two?
Well, I told Jeff that I think it was his year, but it was at Thanksgiving. But between him and Sean, it's a toss up, man, because Jeff is a consistent 170 points. There's not a lot of off weeks with him. Sean is too. Sean will fucking score 250 points like nothing.
Sean's got the best players in the league right now, period.
Yeah.
Jeff just has a solid overall team. Like his all around team is great. I give the edge to Sean. I know he's gonna hate us talking about that.
It's Saquon Barkley, dude. It's Saquon Barkley. It's
Saquon and Chase.
Yeah.
And Lamar.
It's those two.
And Lamar.
And Lamar.
Well, he's on the bench. I didn't see him.
He's on the bench right now because he's on a bye. But if he wasn't on a bye, I look. I think Jeff has been strong all season long, and I think his team has I don't know. I'd have to go look at his strength of a calendar schedule or whatever it is. Like, did he play the weakest teams? Did he play the best teams? I don't know. He looked good all season. Sean's team just looks. When I look at his players, he looks scary to me on any given Sunday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
It's like Barkley, Moore, Chase, and
Cortland Sutton.
Fucking Lamar could go off for 40.
Who the fuck thought he'd be on a championship running team? Jesus Christ.
Right.
Cortland Sutton.
He's a straight up alpha in Denver now.
No, I know, but after the last 5 years of his career, you never thought that'd happen again.
Same thing with Jerry Jeudy, like what Nathan said. What's he getting revenge for last week? Sucking? I mean,
yeah.
They're finally coming into their own, man.
Judy saved my life in fucking guillotine. Well, he didn't really
guillotine.
I was winning still already, but man, he came up and lit it up for me, dude. I was like, whoa, what a great pickup he was.
I lost on my team last week. I don't know how that's possible.
Oh wow.
Were you get
Dynasty, Empire. Or no, Dynasty.
Oh, okay.
I was talking about guillotine, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of guillotine, Jamie's still alive.
Yeah,
yes,
Matt.
She is.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second there, Matt. Let's talk about that, shall we?
Little gilly action. Steve, good work spending your money.
I was saving it.
Yeah,
and I was, but I did think that it was week 14. So next week, I was thinking, that's why I was asking. I texted Nathan, I texted Matt, when was the actual last week we could spend fab money in that league? And it is this week, the whole week.
Yeah.
So any players that are cut next week, you can't bid on.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking I could still stay ahead of Jamie and get another big ticket wide receiver next week. But no, that didn't happen. So, but I'm very happy with the players that I got.
Yeah,
right.
she was bummed out that you outbid her by $1 or something.
That's the worst.
I was
But she didn't take anybody else.
Yeah. I was in Steve's ear going, dude, she's going to go all in on Saquon and fucking Hurts. You got to bid 107. You got to beat her and everything, trying to get him to spend his money. And then, yeah, you stopped all over her.
Fell for it.
Stopped all over.
No, I wasn't going to do it at first. And then I was like, damn it, that's
know.
right. Shit, he's right. Like, I want Hurts too.
Yeah.
I don't think $50, a $50 bid for him might not have done it. I mean, I don't know what Jamie was. I don't know if she was thinking about Hurts too, but her quarterbacks weren't as solid as a Jalen Hurts. So
yeah. I don't know. We don't talk much about it other than kind of what's going on. But she was like, "Fucking Steve outbid me by $1." So
I got a dilemma. I have 4 quarterbacks. Who do I start? Baker Mayfield against the Raiders. I got Jared Goff tonight against Green Bay. Tua facing the Jets. And or Jordan Love facing Detroit. What do you guys
Tonight
think?
is the highest over-under of the weekend. I'd start one of those two guys. Either Goff or Love, probably.
I'd go Love.
I've been leaning Love, but
I love.
I mean, Baker, you could do Baker too, because he has those monster weeks also, and he's in a good spot this week too.
That should be a shootout too, that game.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Aiden looked good last week.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
And they could put the pressure on Tampa, and it's a must-win game for them too. So
I thought about picking him up too today because he's available in the main league.
Aiden. It's because I just dropped him. I picked him up yesterday morning and decided to play Will Levis instead, or Stafford, one of those two, but probably Levis.
I thought about grabbing him, but I said, "Fuck it, Winston." Just I just go for it. I'm just pulling the string. Let's go.
How'd that game go last time they played?
Huh?
Steelers and Browns played earlier this year, and they didn't do well with Winston, right? But that was a snow game. Now that I'm thinking about it,
yeah, that was an outlier game.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not stressed about it. If I lose, I lose. Big deal.
It's good choices. Good choices.
I'm pulling the
All right, how's everybody doing in Dynasty and Empire, and where's everybody in those?
No comment.
I suck.
What?
I'm sucking in Dynasty.
You know what the funny thing is? I think I'm gonna make the playoffs in both those leagues. But my focus is all over the place, man. Like I'm lucky if I remember to set those lineups, and I've been lucky, I think.
Right now, you're not in the playoffs. You're in the consolation bracket. Playoffs right now are Nate at 1, Joe at 2, Bobby and Andre at 4 and 5, and then 3 and 6 are Sean and cousin Bill.
That's regular Dynasty, right, Ben?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's regular Dynasty. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Is it only 4 teams that make or 4 teams, or still 6?
What's 6?
It is.
It is 6.
You named off 6. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, Nate, Joe, Bill, Bobby, Dre, and Sean in that order.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
And then I have the same record as Sean right now. So
yeah, you do.
Ben, you gonna make it?
No. Doesn't look like it. I thought I was.
Who do you play this weekend?
I don't know, but I thought I was gonna win last week and I didn't. I'm playing Dre this week, and I'm favored, but who knows? I mean, I might pull it out. But I'm playing Purdy, so who knows? We'll see.
Well, now that you brought up the 49ers, I got to ask, is everybody excited for a new running back this week?
Actually, I am.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what he has.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's
what is he, like 6 foot 220 and runs like fucking 4.4?
Fast.
Flies,
lightning,
dude.
yeah. Like guy that size should not be that fast.
Yeah. 100th percentile speed is what I heard. That's amazing.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
That's that in those situations, that's when defenders make business decisions. When somebody that's like a Derrick Henry, right? When somebody that big and strong is running that fast at you, you have to decide, is this worth it? Or do I
I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
You know what I mean? Like did I happen to get there a second late? You know what I mean, Coach? Sorry.
Is it a contract year?
It's a contract year.
Wow. Dude, like that's those guys, but that's good for us. You know what I mean? That makes that when you have a guy like that, it makes you the defenders on edge.
Can we beat the Bears this weekend?
Well, here's that. Springboarding off of that, I went and got lunch today, and the guy taking my order was like, I was wearing this hat, and he said, "Sorry about your 49ers, man." And I'm like, dude, we're like still in it, legitimately. Like you obviously don't watch football if you don't think that we're not there, because we are. Period. End of story.
I mean,
we still got a shot
in our division right now. We're all right there. You know what I mean? So, but we got to play better, man.
Do you guys believe that?
No, but I want
the
to.
optimist in me says yes, but I don't know. It's not looking good. I think there's feels like there's just kind of a dark cloud over the organization this year.
It's cursed.
Super Bowl hangover?
Yeah, maybe, or people are kind
time.
of tuning out. I don't know if I don't know.
Okay,
Coach?
what happened to Pearsall? had a great game, and he's only ran 64 routes over the last 4 weeks or something like that. Like, anybody hear anything? Like, honestly, like he just disappeared.
No, but maybe it's a health. Maybe it's a health
Nothing
thing.
legitimate.
Could be.
I
He's
mean, the man was
from
shot
being
in the
shots.
chest. Yeah.
Could be that.
But he made it back from that.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
he made it back, had a good game, and then that's it.
maybe he overexerted himself.
A couple good games.
Yep. Maybe Kyle. He's in Kyle's doghouse or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, look at our quarterback play too. Like Purdy got hurt. Allen was terrible. I don't know, and I don't know why they started Purdy again last week. He looked fine actually, but it's those adjustments. As
anybody would have looked like shit, and well, not anybody
in that game. Yeah,
Josh Allen looked pretty good in the snow the other day.
But he did.
You know who looked the best? Motherfucking James Cook. It looked like he was faster. He was on skates. That motherfucker looked like he's better on snow than grass, dude. He looked amazing. Bullshit. Glide.
But this would be the year for a
Figured
rookie
out how
wide
to-
receiver like Pearsall to step up with Ayuk out. Debo's, I don't know, Debo's put on 30 or 40 pounds or something.
Fat Debo.
Jawan, third and Jawan is kind of been off the past couple of weeks, but
he's
the perfect time for him to step up.
He's been great. Juwan's been great. He just the snow game. You can't. You're remembering that. I mean, that's all I can think about too is that last game and how
he was out
everybody
injured
struggled.
a couple weeks ago, wasn't he? I don't know.
Yeah, but when he's been in, he's been pretty solid for us.
Old Kittle wasn't happy after that game. That interview, somebody basically asked him, "Why didn't they throw to you?" And he's like, "Oh, I felt like I was open." Like, and he never talks shit. And that's not talking shit, but he rarely even says something like that. And kind of telling only to give Kittle one target in the game. That's just crazy.
Especially in a game like that, right? Where it should be little short dump passes and stuff like that. You would think he would, but maybe they were keen on him for that reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he thought he was open. But
they
all think they're open, brother. That's part of the ego to get there, but
what were you saying, Josh?
I was just gonna say, it'd be the perfect game for a tight end like Kittle. Just kind of those shorter, mid-range passes, just dumping it off to him. So he was probably covered a little bit.
Yeah. It's tough to watch. It was tough to watch.
It was tough. Any bold predictions for this weekend?
Steve wins.
Steve wins.
Sorry, Josh.
You son of a bitch.
Now I'm going to lose for sure. So
one more look at this.
But you guys, come on! You got anything to say? Spicy here at the end.
I haven't thought about it. Nate's in the dress.
Nice.
Wow. Didn't you? Okay, wait. That was a complete flip 180. But okay.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Steve contradicted himself? Are you fucking kidding me?
Was that a contradiction or a reversal?
Okay, we got less than a minute. We got less than a minute. If you win, where are we drafting next year? Either one of you. Go.
Yeah, nice.
For me, like Big Bear or Arrowhead.
Love that. Steve? Oh, both local. I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Like both those.
I'm rooting for both of you. You guys are in my rooting rankings. Yeah, I'm loving
That's
that.
where the pod's gonna end. He's gonna cut it right there at the gun. This is all dead at this point.
I should. That's a great. Can you
your
beat
cuts? I have to say, Ben, your cuts are fucking awesome. I love it.
Well,
like the openings, the endings.
I haven't been cutting the ends. The ends are just like
it
wherever
just ends.
The
wherever
clock
it
just
ends.
stops, just like now.
Great. Yeah.
Back in the stairs, Steve.
You mean
back in the
now?
stairs?
Ah.